Hi, thanks for logging on. This is Social Media Manager Brad Garrick, and we're going to look at the proper way to tag people and pages in status updates, in comments, and in photos. So we're going to start with the status update. I'm going to schedule this one ahead of time, just so it doesn't show up in the stream right away. And we're going to start with maybe asking a good question. Maybe we add some more text for context, and then we want to sign our name or initials. If we're logged in as the page, then we want to make sure that people know who's posting these updates. So we have that. Now we want to tag a relevant page to the post, whether we work it in organically or we're adding it at the end. First thing, we type the @ in, and let's search for the Social Media Club of St. Louis. And this is an interesting one, because I know it's not going to show up. Okay, but when we go back and reword it, let's put St. Louis first, and then type Social Media Club, and it is going to come up. Notice a few things here. One, I don't have a period after the ST, even though it's properly in the name. So sometimes punctuation can truncate the search. Two, I had the order right the first time and still didn't show up. So sometimes you have to play around with the order. Three, it matters where your cursor is. Facebook is going to search between the @ and the cursor. So if we move the cursor, the search changes. It's that simple. So be cognizant of that too. You can tag any public page on Facebook. So I don't like Social Media Club St. Louis with my profile with this page, but we can tag it anyway. We can tag, Coca-Cola. We can tag Mountain Dew. Pages I don't like, but they're public, so we can tag them. We can also tag by location. I'm going to look for my favorite pizza shop in Bel Air, Maryland. That's going to put at the end at wherever you were. So if something took place at a certain location, you can tag that location by the page, which is nice. And you can't type behind it. So it's always going to very cleanly show up at the end, no matter how much you type. It's going to be at the end of the post when you put it up there. So we hit schedule then, and we can see what it looks like. You can click Use Activity Log, View Activity Log here, or if you want to look at it later, you can go up to Edit Page, Use Activity Log, and this is going to show all of your scheduled posts. You'll be able to hover over them, and just like when they're live, you're going to be able to see what page it is, so your users will be able to do the same and reach those pages. And the nice thing is, depending on the privacy settings on those other pages, when you tag them, it's going to show up in the recent posts by others, just like it has for us here. So other users could potentially see those same posts, which could be nice. You want to try and target local, smaller businesses or profiles, pages that have a more concentrated, engaged fan base than you would a really huge national one where it's just a flood of a bunch of different fans trying to use the page or get themselves tagged in it. You're not going to be found as easily, and you're probably not going to build as strong of a relationship as you would with a smaller page that's more personal. The next thing we want to do is make sure we're tagging people in the comments if we respond to them. So in this case, we have a few user profiles in here. So let's, we can tag Michelle, we can tag Ann Fraser, we can maybe put a comment here, and then again, since we're still signing as the page, we're going to sign our name or initials, whatever we want to be identified by, so people know who tagged it. Another cool thing, we can also lop the last name off of these users, and it's still going to retain the tag if we want to be a little less formal. So we were able to tag Michelle and Ann Fraser Lancaster here, no problem. But then we go to a post that they're not in, and they're not coming up, even though we're typing their name. We're seeing pages that have to do with the way we spell their names, but we're not seeing that actual user. So you can only tag users when they have commented within a specific stream, but you can always still tag any public page. All right, Starbucks, Star Wars, Starburst, all the stars you want to tag them, just like we can in the status update. The next thing you want to do is make sure you are tagging people and allowing people to tag themselves in their photos. So go to your albums, click on whichever one you want, click on the photo you want to tag, and then we're going to go to tag photo. Just like in the status and the comments, you can tag any public page. So we can tag our own Afton Patch. And if we made a mistake or we want to untag, it's easy to do. We can remove it. We can also tag people we're friends with on the profile we're using. So I'm signed in as Chris Patcher. I am going to tag my real self, Brad Garrick. Now I'm tagged in the photo. The cool thing is I go over to my profile and I get this notification that Chris Patcher has tagged a photo of me. So you tag other users, they're going to get a notification. Again, it only works with people you're friends with. So if you're not friends with a source or someone you're talking about, you don't have to friend them just to tag them. A workaround for that could be to say, feel free to tag yourselves in the photos. Let them know who's saying that. How are they going to be able to tag themselves? Well, you want to go to your admin panel, hit Edit Page, Manage Permissions. You hit Manage Permissions, this is going to come up. You want to make sure this is checked. People can tag photos posted by Patch. Yes, they certainly can. There's no harm in that. People will be able to tag themselves. Their friends will see in the newsfeed, so-and-so tag themselves in a photo on Patch, or whatever the name of your page is. Hopefully they go to that page, maybe they like it, interact with it, and you've just built your fan base. So those are the basics of tagging people and pages in different ways on Facebook. If you have any questions, email me at socialmedia@patch.com. Thanks for joining this session.